Hi! If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. But if you're like me and you've been here before, welcome back. I'm just coming today to show you guys a little bit of what I've been doing since the mood blanket. You know, since it was a lot. I'm actually taking a little break from crochet, so I've been knitting, and I actually decided I was going to knit my first cardigan. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I made sure, like any good planner would, that I would write it down, you know, give myself an idea, a good game plan to follow. So I'm gonna show you guys here the sweater, or the cardigan, sorry, that I'm knitting now. So I'm calling it the Browns knit cardigan, and as you can see, I have one panel chocolate brown, the other panel I'm working on it, you'll see soon enough, and then the back panel, and I'm planning on the ribbon to be 5x5. So yeah, I mean, so far the chocolate brown panel that I have is looking, it looks even better on camera. It's looking like this. Of course, I will be adding a ribbing, which unfortunately was more of an afterthought, so I'm gonna have to cast on some stitches in order to be able to do that. But yeah, this is my first panel, my first front panel. This is turning into my second one, which, if all goes well, it will be striped. I'm using the 5.5. Well, it's not showing, but I'm using a US 9 5.5 millimeter needles. They're 14 inches by Susan Bates. Thank you very much. And the colors that I'm using, this is all acrylic yarn, but there's a story behind the yarn, because I received this gift from the tragedy of others. Unfortunately, earlier this year, a family that I was working for, that I was cleaning for, they lost their beloved aunt, and she was a crafter, knitter, crochet, sewing, you name it, she did it. And as a gift to me, well, and I guess because they really didn't find a use for it, her family gave me the yarn that she had that nobody was going to be able to use. So I'm going to be using that to make this project. So it kind of adds a little bit of, you know, a little special touch to my first cardigan, being kind of the last gift that woman ever gave anyone. But the yarns I'm using are going to be Red Heart, as far as I know. So the brown that you just saw, this brown, beautiful, is this brown. Then, sorry, I have this brown, which it feels the same as the other one, so I'm assuming it's also Red Heart, but I don't know what color it is. It had no label or anything, but we have this one, which I'm actually going to do the ribbing with this one, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we also have, or I also have this brown, which the label says is warm brown, but if this is the correct color, then maybe I don't know what warm brown is. This looks more like sand to me, but that's okay. Or teddy bear brown? Well, a little lighter than a teddy bear, but it's okay. It's brown. It's brown, okay? So I'm gonna use these two, actually, for the back panel. Very exciting. Again, this is gonna be my ribbing, so we have coming together. That's why this is called the brown sweater. So this front panel is gonna get this colored ribbing added to it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then I'm still saying the colors. I still have more colors. Okay, so the color that the stripe that I'm knitting now is actually this color, which for the longest time I thought was the same as this one, but like, where are my glasses when I need them? I don't know. But this brown is the color of the stripe, and then I'm gonna make another stripe in this color, and then hopefully, if all goes well, if I've planned correctly, I'll be able to finish the second front panel with that one. So the panel will have kind of like a gradient effect going from darker brown to like a richer brown, but not as dark, to more of a sand color to taupe. I don't really know my colors. I don't know my colors. But the knitting is going well. I'm doing it in garter stitch since I'm not an expert knitter, just like I'm not an expert crocheter. I taught myself how to do both at the same time. So I feel like my expertise is the same in both. I'm kind of an intermediate beginner, but of course, like everything else, I have more to learn. So I'm just trying to, practice my craft, perfect my craft, learn, but we gotta start with the basics. So I'm making the cardigan in all garter stitch, and just today, actually, which is a little embarrassing, I learned how to count the rows. So I'm very happy. But one thing I can say that I like more about this knitted fabric than the crochet fabrics that I have is that this feels so much more fluffy. It's so stretchy, right? Oh, it's so pretty. And it's way more solid. Like, it feels sturdy. It feels good. I like this one. I don't really like the stiffness so much, but I'm assuming that's because of the acrylic. Because, well, I've been doing crocheting with cotton, so I haven't really done much crochet with acrylic, but I like to knit with acrylic, so I guess it's like preference kind of does make it difficult to choose which one I prefer, just because I prefer to crochet with cotton, but I prefer to knit with acrylic, but I should probably try knitting with cotton. We'll see how this goes. So far, right now, I've got one panel down. I've got the first stripe on the second panel, second stripe on the way. And yeah, I guess if you guys want, you can just follow along and knit with me or crochet or do whatever you'd like, but I'm gonna continue here, so join me. the next day and I'm still knitting. I just, had to continue with a couple of other things in my day, but I did continue knitting. I just want to check in, show you guys how far I've gotten and how everything is going so far. I have an idea of what I want to do with the stripes, but so far right now it's kind of just the foundation stripes, so until I get a little further up, you're not really going to be able to see the idea that I have, but I'm going to make some stripes small and some stripes big, and you'll see when it's done, but here's what I have so far. Hi, so this is what we have so far. Here's the chocolate brown, then we have this one here, which is still beautiful. I don't know if I'm gonna call it rich chocolate, I guess. That's kind of what it looks like. And then we have the warm brown that I've worked my way into. And of course, the next stripe is gonna be the sand, but so far, this is what it's looking like. I still got a couple rows left in the warm brown before I switch to sand, which, since I don't have much of that yarn, it's gonna be one of the smaller rows, but I'm gonna keep going, and yeah, I'll check in once I start reducing for the v-neck. I'll check in again. Hi, I'm back with an update. Please excuse the hair. I'm still knitting the same sweater panel, of course, with the stripes, so I'm just here to update. I did get a little bit farther on that warm brown color, and I'm actually getting ready to switch over to the sand color. I just have one more row of the warm brown, so this is what the panel's looking like so far. Okay, so as you can see, there's kind of a difference in the sizes of the stripes. I'm hoping for this stripe to be a little bit smaller, and then again I'll go making them bigger and bigger. But so far, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm actually really happy with the way that the browns are looking, and please excuse that I'm showing brown on brown, but this is the only surface that I had in front of me right now that was clear. So as you can see, it's doing a beautiful transition. I'm so happy with the way it's turning out. This is going to be the right side, or the outside of the cardigan. Sorry, I keep calling it a sweater. And this is going to be on the inside, and you can see the little pearl bumps from the color change. But on this side, you see nothing. Oh, it's so nice. It looks so seamless. I'm so happy with the way it's turning out. I'm just going to be doing one more row of the warm brown, and then I'll be switching colors to the sand. So I'm going to record that just to show you guys what that's going to look like. So here we go. Okay, so we've reached the point where the panel is a little bit more than 7 inches. I'm at 7.5 inches, and I've done the 5 knitted rows for the sand color. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm actually gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna change colors again. I'm gonna go back to this rich brown color. I guess I said it was gonna call it chocolate brown. I should write this down. I'm gonna go back to this chocolate brown color and do another row up here, but this row is gonna be reducing, and I'm gonna be on okay, yeah, this row that I'm gonna be doing next is gonna start my reductions to have the V neck of the panel. So I'm at the halfway point. I'm gonna keep doing that off camera, and once that's done, I'll come back and I'll update you so that you guys can see what that stripe looks like, and of course I'll let you know what color I'm moving on to next. So keep watching for that. Here I go. So as promised, I'm back. I finished doing the first row of reductions. I don't know if you can see how it's starting to curl upward there, but I started doing that first row. I did 7 rows of reductions in this color, so now I'm gonna go back to the sand color, do another 7, and then I'll come back to the warm brown color, do another 7, and go back like that. So the sand color will kind of be that stripe separating the brown and the chocolate brown and the warm brown. But yeah, I'm gonna keep switching colors and reducing, but this is what it's looking like so far. I'm loving it. And just so you guys can see a comparison, I brought in the finished panel just so you can see what they're looking like together so far, and you can also see just how much more I have to go, but so far so good. I'm very excited. I'm very happy with the way everything's turning out. Part of me wishes I would have followed a pattern, but the rest of me feels pretty good with what I'm doing, so I'm gonna keep going, and I'll check in again once I'll check in again once I'm done with the warm brown. So we'll have 2 more rows of reduction, and then I'll come back. So see you soon. I'm back as promised. I just finished that warm brown. This is 7 rows of the warm brown. I'm about to change it back into the sand color, so that way I can do 7 more rows, and then we'll go back to this rich chocolate brown color. But I'm so happy with the way this is going. This is the first time, actually, this is my first time knitting something where I'm the one adding the stripes myself. Usually I just use the, self-striping yarn because it's self-striping, so I don't have to do all this work. But I'm so excited. I'm so happy I'm putting in the work. I'm so happy I have this yarn. These colors are beautiful. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky I was able to get this gifted to me. Like, I'm so excited to see it finished already. Like, it's motivating me to keep going. But as you can see, I'm almost there. This panel's almost done. And then I'll start working on the back panel, which for the back panel, I'll add the ribbing straight off the bat. And then we'll come back. Well, I'm still here. I'm still doing this panel, so let's not get too far ahead of myself. I'll come back when I'm, this one. So I'll come back when I'm back on the chocolate brown color. And yeah, I'll show you guys what it's looking like. I'm back and it's done. As you can see, I'm done reducing. I've reached the top. Literally the 7th row to seal everything off is just knits, no decreases. So from here, I'm gonna change into the warm brown color, and then I'm gonna just finish off the panel to reach the 15 inches, I think it is, that this panel is, and we'll be all done. But this is what I've got so far. 1 full brown panel and 1 panel with striped different browns. I'm so excited. This is going so well, and I really, really like the way it looks in the decreases. That little border, it's so cute. This sweater's going so well, or cardigan, sorry. The cardigan's going so well. I'm super excited. I'm even more excited to keep finishing, but I'm just gonna finish the last couple of inches that I have on this panel, and then I'm gonna give it a break for today. And hopefully tomorrow, if anything, or tonight if I can, I'll start with the bottom ribbing of the back panel, and I'll come back and I'll show you guys that. Well, I'll come back before then to show you guys the finished front panels, both of them together. But for right now, that's the plan. So I'm gonna keep knitting. So here it is, as promised, the finished front panel. Oh, look at the stripes. I don't know if you can tell. It's in the morning now over here, but here are the two panels, the two sister panels. I put a little marker on each one so that I could tell where the front was, but everybody has their ends all sewn in. Looking a little rough on the stripe panel, but that's fine. It's looking good. It's looking good so far. Two panels down. I'm going to start working on the back panel today and start planning on the sleeves as well. I haven't even thought about sleeves yet, but I'm going to start planning on the sleeves today too. So here we go, two front panels. Looking good already. Okay, so I'm back. I'm knitting the back panel. Well, I just started the back panel. I literally just cast on, and this is my first row of actual stitches. So I'm just getting started on the back panel, and I'm seeing that it's midnight right now. So since I want this video to be out this week, and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to keep working on the back panel, of course. I'm going to keep recording it. And then I'm going to post that video so we can see the back panel. And hopefully I'll be able to get started on the sleeves, which, like I said in the last clip, I still don't know what I'm doing about those. So I'm going to keep with the back panel. I'm going to keep with the back panel, and in a few days I'll worry about what the sleeves are going to look like. But for right now, I'm just going to be knitting the back panel, which so far I've cast on 70 stitches. Considering that both front panels are 35 stitches each, I figure just do the double of both of those and I get a back panel. So I'm doing the back panel. It's 70 stitches. We're going with garter stitch all the way through, so everything is being knit both in the front of the work and in the back of the work. So we're just going and knitting, you know, like a crazy person, knitting like a knitter. And yeah, so this is the end of this video. Just to show you again, I was able to do this beautiful front panel here. I already have done this panel. So right now I'm literally working on the back panel, and then it'll be the sleeves. And I still haven't decided if I want to put a color on this yet, so I'm still thinking about it. But as of right now, we have the back panel and two sleeves to go. So yeah, join me in the next video as I continue working on the back panel. You'll be able to see as I finish this row of colors, and then of course add on the other two colors, which is going to be this one and this warm brown. And then yeah, we'll figure out what happens with the sleeves. I'm not going to leave it sleeveless. I'm going to have to figure something out. But as of right now, I'm focused on the back panel. So I'll see you in my next video for the back panel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be starting an Instagram for this channel. I just, you know, I'm dragging my feet a little bit. Hopefully by the next video I'll have everything up and everything good and ready to go. But as of right now, there is no Instagram. I'm just thinking about it. But yeah, please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching.